What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be previewing Survivor Series for you guys. So one night a year where Raw and SmackDown come together. And I know I'm going to be previewing it, obviously, guys, every match, giving you guys what my thoughts are. As you can see right now on the screen is the first match I'm previewing. Lashley versus Sami Zayn, U.S. Champion versus Intercontinental Champion. And a lot of people are counting out Sami Zayn on this match, saying, "Oh yeah, Lashley's bigger and he's gonna just destroy him." I don't think that's the case. I think Sami should put up a good fight against Lashley. Lashley I really like as part of the Hurt Business on Raw. I'm loving the Hurt Business as the main heel faction on Raw, and I think this would be a big win for both of these. But I think it's gonna be Lashley getting that early point for Raw, and he can move on. I kind of feel like Retribution's gonna come during this match because Lashley and Hurt Business have kind of had their deals and stuff the past few weeks on Raw with Retribution. But for now in this match, I'm picking Lashley to win. On to the next matches. It is the traditional 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series match. You got Team Raw taking on Team SmackDown. Team SmackDown consisting of Kevin Owens, the Messiah, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, I believe there's King Corbin, and one other to be named. Then you got Raw, you got Keith Lee, Sheamus, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, and Matt Riddle. So it should be a really anticipated and exciting match, and other than the main event, that could probably top it for match of the night. And the Survivor Series match never disappoints, especially with these two stacked teams. It's not going to disappoint this year. I mean, you got Keith Lee, you got Sheamus, you got Styles, like I said, on one side. And then on SmackDown, you got a huge team on the other. I'm going to go with Team SmackDown for this match. I really like Owens and Rollins together, especially because they just had their feud. I think they're going to be the sole survivors for SmackDown, and they're going to be the ones who win it for SmackDown, and this will make the score 1-1 apiece going into the next matches, which will be big. Especially this match is probably the biggest match for bragging rights, so I think SmackDown will take it. Up next, you got the women's traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Raw's on the screen there. Couldn't find a graphic for the two teams next to each other, but Raw, you got the women's tag champs, Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler, and Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Lana. And then you got SmackDown, who I think is really stacked this year. You got Bayley, Natalya, the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, and Ruby Riot, and Bianca Belair. And I think they got a pretty stacked team. Not to say that Raw's got a great team. I like Baszler and Jax. I think as women tag champs, they'll be great leaders for Team Raw, but I think the rest of the team, they're kind of, except for Mandy Rose, she's kind of decent, but the rest of the team, honestly, is kind of weak for me. I think Raw should have a stronger team because matched up on against SmackDown, they don't look good. I think it's going to come down to either Jax or Baszler facing off against SmackDown and just going to overpower them. So I think SmackDown is going to win this match. For Sole Survivor, I think it's going to be Bayley. I think she needs a big moment after losing the SmackDown Women's Championships. So I think it's going to be SmackDown picking up the win and the point. Up next, you got the women's champions from both brands. You got Asuka representing Raw, taking on Sasha Banks representing Team SmackDown. These are two of my favorite women's wrestlers in the WWE, so this should be a really great match. Sasha Banks won it from Bayley. Asuka won it from Becky Lynch, who vacated, and Asuka's had a really long reign. And it's been a while since we've seen these two in the ring, so I think seeing it at Survivor Series, especially where it's brand versus brand, should be a great match. This is going to be a really tough match to beat as for match of the night. I know I said the men's Survivor Series match might be match of the night, or the main event might be, but I think this should be a really good match too between these two competitors. I think Asuka's going to get the win for Raw. She usually does really well in these kind of situations like a Survivor Series. So I think it's going to be Asuka picking up the win with the Asuka lock over Sasha Banks, making the score of the Survivor Series after this match tied up at 2. And I really like if it turned out like this, because then those last few matches are going to be really crucial. But for this match, I'm going to pick Asuka over Sasha Banks. Next up is the Tag Team Champions going up against each other. You got Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods in the New Day taking on the Street Profits, SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It was kind of weird seeing these two switch belts. Never really lost it. They had switched after being drafted separate ways. Really like the Street Profits all the way since NXT. and I think they're really good SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So, and they've also been at Survivor Series before. They were they were in the match last year. I forget which one exactly. And then you got Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, who are no stranger to Survivor Series matches. They know what it's like, and I think this match should be a really great match. Like these two teams have developed kind of like a friendship between each other, but it's all gonna come to an end on Sunday. And I think these two, they have great chemistry, both of them in the ring, both partners have great chemistry between each other. So I think it should be a great match. I think it's gonna be the New Day picking up the win for Raw, making the score 3-2. I think that Kofi Kingston's gonna like hit something, or maybe the Street Profits. They look like they're gonna win, but the last second, the New Day are just gonna pick it up and get that win. Anyway, whatever happens, so happy if the New Day win. Even though I'll be happy with the Street Profits win. I don't really I care about this match. I don't really care like how it ends. I would cheer for both teams. Next up, we got what I think should be the main event. It's the world champions from both brands colliding against each other. Drew McIntyre taking on Roman Reigns. Of course, Drew McIntyre just won the title back on Raw like a week ago from Randy Orton, and now he's being put in a Survivor Series match because he's WWE Champion. To be honest, I kind of really want to see this match over Orton versus Reigns because we've seen Orton versus Reigns a bunch of times, but I don't think we've seen McIntyre versus Reigns one-on-one. I mean, we've seen it like at WrestleMania last year, but that's when Drew McIntyre wasn't at the top. Now he's at the top, and that's what's going to make this match just so much better. These two will just become better wrestlers within the past year since they last faced off WrestleMania, and I think this should be a great match. I love Drew as WWE Champion when he had his first reign, and I think he should have a long second reign as well. Roman Reigns, he's got that tribal chief now, heel personality, and I really like it, so they should really have both two great matches. This really only time of the match where it's face versus heel, or it's kind of clearer. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying here, but anyways, this should be a really great match. I think it's got the potential to be a 5-star match, but I think we're gonna be let down from that. Maybe a 4-star. I don't care. I think it's a really good match for my pick, because I'm just keep saying it's a really good match. I'm just gonna go with my pick. My pick is going to be Roman Reigns, because now as a heel, he needs more wins. He just can't lose big matches like this, especially as the quote-unquote tribal chief. So I think he's going to pick up the win, and I think this could be, as I said earlier, one of the matches of the night. So I think it's going to be Roman Reigns picking up the win for SmackDown, and I think if my sports correct, this could lead to a tie, which I don't know what's going to happen, because there's an even number of matches, but I don't know what's going to happen there. Maybe some of my predictions were wrong, but I think this should be a really good card in general. And yeah, this has been the predictions video for Survivor Series 2020. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. Comment down below your predictions. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys later.